Hi, gang. How are you? So a few weeks ago, our buddy Rico Stan, he won some a trio of guppies. So I sent him a male and four female, or actually three females. So I sent him a trio plus the $25 gift card to Wet Spot Guppy Boy. How are you doing, Jesus? And Chewy, and let's see who was first here. Scott's Aquatics, William Pridemore, Anthony's Fishy Friends. Man, we have a good group. Chewy. We have Collins Critter Cave. We have S. We have yeah, it's okay. Lurking is, as you know, in my world, lurking is pretty good. Lurking is pretty good. Ian, what's up, my friend? So a couple of notes here for you, and you. I've been doing a lot of work in the fish room, doing a lot of water changes, all this sort of stuff. Have you ever noticed that when you do a water change, the water looks so clean? Maria, what's up? I've been just, I returned to work today for the first time. It was 7 days away, and it was great. Hey, Doug Gray, the original guitarist from AC/DC. Yes, I was. Yep. Wore that schoolboy outfit. So Bolo's here. He's in my lap. He's sort of snoring away. It's it's all good. Um, so I had to get some frozen food, and so I went and picked up. I had to go to PetSmart for another reason. So I picked up. I have the Omega One. I have the Omega One. Uh, uh, Bloodworms. They're great. I love them. So I picked up their community food. Here's the deal. The guppies don't like them. You know who loves them? The snails. Plecos like it too, so I'll just throw it in the tank with the plecos. So that's what I will do right from there. And so yeah, I look forward to it very much, and the process of having fun. Trying to find new good stories of mentalists have publicists rehash of old stories. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You don't like the Ocean One. You know what I love is Hikari's uh, Frozen Daphnia and Frozen Cyclops. I like those a lot. My fish go nuts for them. Yeah, I have not. I did Rapashi. I didn't do bottom scratch. I did a couple other things, and they weren't all about it. But it may have been my water in Little Rock, and I haven't tried it since. You know, I don't, are any of you guys and gals friends fans of South Park? South Park did a season a few years ago on nostalgia, and they had the member berries. Remember, Timmy? So the process they kept bringing up, and it makes all the sense in the world, is that it's so easy to look back to what we perceive as a better time and a simpler time. Cooper Aquatics, how you doing? Great having you here. S, hey. Did I say hi to everybody? If I miss somebody, let me know. And I always like to say hi to everybody that comes in. 13 here, 7 thumbs up. Thanks, gang. You know whose birthday it is today? Bob Kaler. Bob Kaler. So if you haven't wished him a happy birthday yet, do so. And I know that Doug Gray is busy trying to set him, an Elvis clip singing "Happy Birthday." John Oliver's Guppies and Aquatics. How are you doing, buddy? By the way, John put up on his he has his All Guppies USA page. He put up the idea there's a new aquarium in Branson, which is about 2 hours from me. Hour and a half, actually. The aquarium looks pretty cool. So if anybody's in this neck of the woods, in this sort of Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee area, I'm into meeting you guys out there and to walk through it with you. So we don't have to make up our mind today, but it looks really cool. I'm I'm getting back into the swing of things. So on Saturday, Saturday I got up at 5:30. Sunday I got up at 5 a.m. Today, I was on vacation last week. Yeah, John, we should plan a trip. Let's put it together. Maybe there's other cool people in the fish fam who'd come out and see that aquarium. Vinny the Mooch, how you doing? Happy birthday, John. Is it John's birthday as well? Alishan AS. The aquarium that VB23 HC Agua. I have no problem with omega-1 frozen bloodworms. The one I don't like, and mainly I like it, but my fish hate it. So my plecos and snails love it, is the community formula. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. I went in and William Pridemore, yep, big club. President of Tank for Trevor Fan Club, Alijan A.S. Yeah, your goldfish love the bloodworms. Yeah, the bloodworms are great. I give it to my big tank where I have guppies that are grow outs, plus I have some cories and plecos, and they go nuts over it. It disappears like that. So who knows? So I was out for a couple of days because my debit card was compromised, and all of a sudden I realized I was out of brine shrimp eggs. So I ordered someone. I got the thing, and I was without baby brine shrimp for my aquariums for a couple of days, so I had to pick up a couple of frozen things. Got the frozen Daphnia, I got the frozen Cyclops, and I got the community thing, which has guppies on them. But apparently guppies hate them. At least mine do. Peplin Creek Aquatics, how are you? Yeah, I don't feed the bloodworms daily. Like right now for my plecos and stuff, I have in the tank, I have a half a zucchini, and they're going nuts. And it ends up clouding up the tank for a day or two, then it disappears. Yep. Ian, you feed omega-1 flake and veggie wafers, Hikari frozen bloodworms, brine shrimp, BBS. Those are all good. So there you go. I'm glad you're living the dream, Peplin. Colin's Critter Cave. In the house. So yeah, so I did a bunch of water changes over the weekend, and it was great. It's cold as hell here. It's the temp is dropping like a frickin' rock. When I first got here, it got up to like the mid 40s today, and okay, I'm gonna say it. I apologize. Mute your thing now if you don't want to hear what your Amazon Echo's gonna say. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
38.
Tonight, expect a low of 24 degrees.
24 degrees tonight. So there you go. Hey, excellent. You got a job, Colin. Wonderful news. And by the way, this is a positive channel. Just because I say a product sucks doesn't mean it sucks for you. Your fish may go nuts and love this community blend. Has anyone used this beside me? By the way, here's what I'm drinking today. It is the 7-Up Diet Cherry. Delicious. Rico Stan, I was just talking about you. Check your email. The Guppies are on their way. You got a male and 3 females, and they're pretty young. So they're about 10 weeks old. So you're going to have a long time to enjoy them. Of course, Rico Stan won that a couple of weeks ago, which is great. And I would have shipped them out 2 weeks ago today, but my debit card was compromised. Yeah, it's great. $465 disappeared. Here's the good news. I got all the money back. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Okay. Finoxky Tanks, how are you doing? Great having you here. Use Omega 1 Alaska Shrimp, BBS, Cyclops, and Daphnia. I carry bloodworms, brine shrimp, silver sides, and 2 sizes of Mesis. I'm not a big flats person. I like the little cubes. Thank you very much, Ian. Smack that like button. 16 here. Thank you, gang. 14 thumbs up. So I have a question. I have a personal life question, and I need your answer. My ex-wife wants to see Bolo. I have a few days off. Do I make the drive to Texas for her to see him? And I know that, yeah, I send her a picture. I've sent her a picture. She just wants to hold him. Is that a stupid idea or a good idea? I understand partially she may run off with him and go from there. So I have this like 5-day weekend coming up. I have to use it, otherwise I lose my vacation. I have friends that I can go see where I'm going. So I don't know. So yeah, and the idea is, yeah, she should come to me. That's a good idea. And she could always run off with him, but the problem is she won't have the medicine. Change my phone number and enjoy life. Doug Gray's advice. There you go. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably should. Well, I made the offer. I said, she wrote me this note that she was going to leave Texas and she was moving down to her mother's home in Mexico City. And I just said, hey, I have a few days off. No, no, Vinny the Mooch, bloodworms are not the same as tube effects. It is baby mosquitoes. Mosquito larvae are bloodworms. First down and 25 yards sounds like the Jets offense. Yes, it does. Midge fly larva. I have not fed that before, but I'm in. I'll try anything. I like trying different things. Jeffrey Cunningham, how are you? So I'll let you know what I did, what I fed today, if you want to know. You may not, but I'll tell you. First feeding at 9 a.m. because I go to work at 5 a.m. Fish are still leaving. Scott's Aquatics, how you doing? So I fed the Doug Gray protein food. Then I fed the Doug Gray mix of flake food. Then I did the baby brine shrimp, and then I'll feed some other flake food before I go to bed. Holly Gibbs, how are you doing? Have you subscribed? If any of you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. It's all good. It's the tube effects worms. Marco, how are you doing? Yeah, the tube effects worms have a history of parasites. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is that that's sort of the rep. I've never used them. I worked when I was in high school. I worked at a pet store for a summer, and they sold live tube effects worms. So there you go. Your fish stuff and North Fin flakes. Mix everything together. I feed the Mica splendens, uh, the veggie flake, spirulina flake from your fish stuff, and they get that plus fresh veggies all the time, and wonderful baby brine shrimp every day. So tube effects are politicians who say, yeah, they've got parasites. Yeah, they're all from there. Where's our buddy David Samsel? Excellent, Holly. Glad you're a sub. I always like everybody being a sub. Mmm, delicious. So, how was your Thanksgiving weekend? It looks like a glass of scotch, but it isn't. I don't have any scotch in my house at all. I'm more of a bourbon guy, but I'll occasionally get scotch or what have you. Fancy Guppy from Hikari and bug bites for live bears. I think the bug bites are a good deal. I need to get a pepper shaker so that I can go and do the bug bites in them. So when I got home from work, let me tell you what, the bolo here, let's see if you can see him. Not really. So Bolo, when I got home from work, he was crying as I opened the door. So I took him for his nice walk and go from there. Can't do scotch. Long story from your teenage years that involved my brother, package of cheap hot dogs and some scotch. The smell kills you after 45 years. You know what I can no longer drink? Is that when I was in my early 20s, my go-to drink would I'd be at a club or whatever with friends was Jack and Coke. Not Jack and Coke, Jack and Sour. Jack and Sour was my go-to. And I was probably about 23 years old, and my boss, it was his birthday, and so we were at his favorite bar. And so I am, drinking along with the boys. And these guys were all like in their early 40s, and I was like the young pup who didn't know anything. Even though I thought I knew everything. So the bartender was drinking with us. He owned the bar. And my whiskey sours were becoming more whiskey and less sour. I think the last one I had was a shot of sour and the rest was whiskey. Jack Daniels. To this day, I was out probably about 15 years ago, and I was at a basketball game, an NBA game, and I didn't feel like a beer. So I got excellent 26 turkey dinners to the homeless and shut-ins. Good for you. Excellent. Sat for 30 years, a bottle of Jameson, college buddy shows up, and so I had one of those like pre-mixed Jack Daniels things at like an NBA game. I just had one. The next morning, I woke up with an unbelievable headache. So I figured, well, maybe I had a headache. You know what I'm saying? So, probably about 8 months later or what have you, I said, you know what? I'm going to get a Jack and Coke. So I got a Jack and Coke. Next morning, I had just the one drink. It was no more than a shot. I woke up the next morning just in agony. And so that's it. I don't drink it. I like scotch. I like bourbon. I do like whiskey. I just can't drink Jack. I don't. It must have some ingredient in there that hits me bad. My brother loves Jameson, and he goes, "Why don't you drink Jameson?" You know what? I do like Southern Comfort, but I like it straight. Chevy Fish. Tequila. Hey, what's up? Rebuilding our brand. Melvin. Hey, tequila. Again, my ex-wife was, or not was, she is Mexican. And what do the Mexicans drink? Tequila and mezcal. So I love tequila, but I'll get a shot of it and I'll just sip on it slowly, and it's delicious. Do you know what, Marco? I have not. I've been talking about it. It's, in fact, Doug Gray just did a series of videos, did 2 videos about importing. And, in the United States, Marco, you have to use a transshipper. I have to figure out which one I'm using. And I am going to ship in guppies from Asia, mainly because I want the experience of doing that. And, our buddy John Oliver, he said, I'll get you whatever fish you want. And I'm happy he offered. He's a good guy. For me, just a personal experience thing is I just want to do it for myself just to do it. And man, the Emanuela views have gone right down the tubes. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I want to go through the process just to do it. You have to get a transshipper, make a deal. ATFG apparently has, Doug wrote me a note yesterday. They have a bunch of things up on Aquabid right now. I don't have the time to do it, and I'm not ready for it. But in 2021, I will bring in some fish. Drank cheap Gordon's vodka in college. I had a raised bed. The floor was not a good place to walk the following AM. Yeah, it's a little bolo here. It's just, he's a good little guy. Gordon's vodka, Doug Gray, I don't mind vodka. This is turning into booze. Booze and fish. It's a conversation. I like vodka, but I like vodka tonics with a little bit of lime in it. Normally, if I'm like out to dinner with people and it's a mixed drink sort of crowd, I'll get a vodka tonic. And Gordon's is a cheaper one. Smirnoff is cheap too. It's I've never quite figured the advantages to high end vodka. It's Absolute vodka has a lot of different flavors, but I've never found the advantages of high end vodka. For me, vodka is something you mix. You mix with OJ, you mix it with tonic. There's a couple of things to do it with. Um, for me, if I'm going to get an alcohol to sip, um, I prefer getting something like Maker's Mark bourbon. I think that's a nice. It's not a terribly expensive bourbon, but it's very, very smooth. It's a nice sipping bourbon. And for tequila, my favorite tequila that you can get, by the way, at the store for like $19 for a bottle is Jose Cuervo. Wait for it. Tradicional with 2 C's. Tradicional. I sip booze. I'll pour a shot and I'll just sip on it. It's really good. Bacardi and Coke. There you go. Tampa Tom Fishing. Knob Creek. I like their bourbon. I think it's a good bourbon. I think it's a fine and tasty bourbon. The other Woodford Reserve bourbon is really good. I prefer bourbon over Scotch. Tequila Bum Bum. All right, here we go. And again, this is not bourbon, not booze. It is delicious. Let's see if you can see in it. Sort of looks like booze. Excellent. David Samsel, how are you? Captain Coke for you. Another spice rum. Tastes like Christmas. You know what's good at a holiday for a holiday drink is Kahlua. Just a little bit chilled. That's good. Oh, dude, Colin, I'm gonna help you with something here. If you like Cabo Wabo, you will love Tradicional, which is like a third of the price. You see, Rico Stan, I'm like a bad. And by the way, if anybody is here who's a recovering alcoholic or something like that, try not to be a bad influence. I apologize. Okay. So, yeah. The Hikari, by the way, the Daphnia is really good. The fish love it. They go bonkers. They go bonkers. Yeah, Bolo's here, and he's awake. He's making his little noise. Go. Limoncello. Homemade is the best. There you go, Vinny the Mooch. Okay. Bolo stood up. Hey, say hi to everybody real quick. Okay, there you go. Let me get there. He's probably thirsty. So he's going to go drink and then he'll come back. Maybe he'll go to the back bedroom. I don't know. Let me listen. Yep, he's drinking. They love when I bring Bolo into the office. And maybe I'll bring him in tomorrow for a little bit. You know, I have not used Dr. Bassler food for your Tang and the gobies and the cichlids. I love gobies, by the way. It's I think they're fascinating. I had a goby in a tank years ago and really, really liked it. I ended up getting transferred, and so I brought it back to the fish store where I purchased it, gave it to them to resell. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Rico Stan. 26 here. Hi, gang. Thank you so much. 19 thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah, my deal is with the frozen foods is it as good as live foods? No, live foods are always better. But, in a pinch, it works you really well. And adding it, for instance, I will give the frozen food. I'll do the bloodworms for my plecos and that tank. I'll do that every I'll feed that to them every, you know, 4 days, something like that. Just a good treat. The plecos love it. And the big guppies and of course the Corys love it. The live baby brine shrimp, they love. No, I pronounce it Cuba and Libre. Cuba and Libre. J and Aquarium. Omega 1 cubes seem much more dense than Hikari and San Francisco Bay brand. I've not used the San Francisco Bay brand bloodworms. So you guys, what do you guys think of that? Your elders wait all year for their homemade fudge. And Evan Williams, honey eggnog. There you go. Yeah, we're talking about liquor tonight. I have a friend who's no longer with us. He got the cancer. Older guy, and he was from Germany. I have Ancestris Super Reds, and they're great. I love them. They're gorgeous fish. I am going to move up to a more important uh, pleco, and so I've been talking to my pleco buddies, including our buddy Tom Endler, TM Aquatics, and so going from there. I have not made my own food, Jeffrey, but I will tell you, I have thought about formulating my own food that would be of my own design, and I've thought about that. I haven't done that yet. You've been to Cuba 15 times, home away from home. There you go. Get some zebra plecos. Yeah, maybe Doug. Maybe that's what I do. Rum and Coke tonight. There you go, Rico Stan. So you love making your own fish food? You know, putting like different blends together. I do that all the time, and I like that. What I sort of would like to do is put together my own branded flake and work with the designer to put together a nutritious flake to sell at some time. I sort of fancy doing that. You make a kick-ass pleco shrimp blend. There you go. You found zebras easy to breed but difficult to grow out circa 2004. The pleco that I really like, that I have to sort of put together an aquarium for it that makes sense, is the Hillstream loaches. I think they're gorgeous. Tried those tough stuff tubs for fish. I'll tell you what, David Samsel, I saw those, and this year was not the year for me to do a summer tubbing. Being in a new house, trying to get stuff together. But next year, I may give that one a shot. I was looking at those at what's the now my mind just went blank. The outdoor is sort of like outdoors type of store. Let me hold on a second here. Let's see if I can come up and figure out which one I'm talking about. Tractor Supply Company. They have them at Tractor Supply Company. If you have Ancestris, take it easy on the bloodworms. Okay. I only do it a couple of times a week. They don't get that much. Yeah, I was there, David. I was there looking at those 110-gallon tubs. I was there looking at them in the spring, but just wasn't the right time. I have like a perfect backyard to do it. So, maybe this is the year I do that. It's also want to do some gardening this year. Man, I'm like that TV commercial with Dr. Rick, who helps people who have just purchased homes who are in the business of trying to be like their parents. Those ads, by the way, are funny. So they're in the home improvement store, and Dr. Rick is with two of the guys, and someone walks by with blue hair. And Dr. Rick is looking down at his phone. He goes, "We see it. All of us see it. Don't look." And one of the guys goes, "It's a blue." Hilarious. So Bolo decided to go to the bedroom. He had enough of sitting on my lap. So there you go. Ted Coletti's Summer Tub book. Great resource. Excellent. I have no idea what they run, Rico Stan. I didn't really look. The Dr. Rick guy with the woman with all the pillows on her couch, he just puts them on the ground. He goes, "No one can sit there. Couches are for sitting." Yeah, the whole Dr. Rick ad series is hilarious. $80, I believe, for the 110 gallon. I'll tell you what, that's I think that setting that up makes all the sense, and have some fun with it. You have to set up a deal to circulate the water through. And I've seen a couple of setups with that are really nice. So let's see here. Tractor Supply Company. We're going to go to their website while we're here. We do a little surfing. If I had advanced programs, I'd show you what I'm looking at, but I don't. And so, tubs. Let's see here. Yeah, they have the small ones. I'm looking for a big one. I like them big. Okay. Let's see. High to low. High to low, everybody. I'm not seeing it on their website. I'll just have to stop by and figure it out. But yeah, I would love to do that for next year. Tubs from Miami Vice. There you go. Yeah, next year it's a project for me is do some summer tubbing. I like big tubs, and I cannot lie. You see, you're an American. You and Sir Mix-a-Lot. And for those who are youngins, Sir Mix-a-Lot is a hip hop feller who did a song about big butts. He was a good man. Yeah, 30 tubs, that's a lot. I don't know if I'd have time for 30 tubs, but maybe, maybe two or three. All right, let's see what this is. My by the way, the first day back from vacation, that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing in the world because there's always little emergencies. Sir Tub-a-Lot. The gray. There's a joke. Ted hides the body parts under those tubs, though. Well, it's like some of it's a winner, some of it is not. And, by the way, Bob Kaler's totally excused from missing today's stream because our man is having a birthday. So happy birthday, Bob Kaler. So, did anybody purchase anything on Cyber Monday? I purchased something Dr. Rick would really be happy about it. Kaler is dancing on a stripper pole right now somewhere and wearing a cowboy hat. You see, there you go. Yeah, I haven't tried it either, David Sampson. I haven't tried the summer tubbing. Your youngest son reminded you of his favorite joke for when he was a kid. It seems up your alley. Yeah, share it with Doug Gray. Doug Gray's all in. David Stroud, how are you doing, man? Great seeing you here. How are the guppies? How are your shrimp? You didn't pick up the COVID, did you? You didn't pick up the Rona? Hey, David Prowse, by the way, the guy who played Darth Vader in the movies, except he didn't talk. He just walked around and sort of staggered in that plastic outfit. He died of the Rona. So there you go. He was dead. Yeah, that's not good. I have a friend of mine, one of the few people I know here, who is you took a 14-foot fall to the pavement from your mountain bike. Ouch. Out, shattered your face. Oh. Ouch, my friend. Ouch. When did this happen? By the way, David's really a good guy. He owns some businesses in Little Rock. He keeps all sorts of different fish. He's one of us. But he did it on Black Friday. Yeah, I'm sorry. So on Cyber Monday, I purchased, this is like a Dr. Rick thing. I felt as I was ordering this off of eBay, they was going to be showing up in my living room. Dr. Rick saying, I ordered a thermometer for my garage. That's what I did. Well, David, yeah, let me just tell you a little bit about mountain biking and that type of stuff. And I'm not picking on you. I'm just going, I know more people that have had bike accidents who've gotten really injured. And it's those are lots of fun, lots of stuff, but we don't fall like once you get to be about 30, you don't fall like you did when you were 12. Yeah, David, I do. Yep, I have the same phone number. Absolutely. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's not fun, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're going through that. So I have this buddy of mine. He's not a good friend, but someone I know who is Mr. The Rona is a scam guy. You know where this guy is right now? He's in the frickin' hospital on a ventilator. Yeah, the coronavirus is not something to screw around with, everybody. Wrecked a few times on bikes. You have the scar to prove it. Yeah. Old-fashioned jogging. Jogging is perfectly fine activity. And just in case, I have your number. I'm going to text you just in case, for a reason you had my old. Well, you should have my number, but just in case you don't, I believe I have your number. Peter's number. There you go. So yeah, I mean, just the worst. Yeah, the deal is you go through it, and we all want to be fit. We all want to take care of ourselves. You like extreme hammocking these days? I don't mind going to the gym. I'm not going to the gym right now because of the Rona. Mainly because I don't want to get people around me who go from there. Okay, I'll text you my email, David. Just got a text from David. All right, just sent him my email. Sometimes you don't even hold on to the hammock. I'm crazy like that. Yeah, there you go. I like to couch surf. My problem is Bolo. Bolo hates for me to be laying down on the couch. He will actually bark at me till I pick him up. Peter Aaron, I'm going to go to sleep. Yeah, Marco, thanks for hanging out with us. Always great to have you from Italy. Always great. Sleep well, my brother. Greatest living explorer aquarist has COVID. 91 years old. He's in the hospital. Is home now. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's the Rona's the real deal. I know a lot of people who've had it. Hey, Anthony's fishing friends back. Be careful, gang. It's just I was invited somewhere to an acquaintance's house for Thanksgiving, and I bowed out. You know why? I don't want the Rona. I don't know who's going to be there, and I don't want to expose people in my life at the office, from getting it. So, yeah, how many tanks are in your SUV right now? Anthony, we want to know. Yeah, I don't have a hammock. I need to get one for my backyard. Hang out. Except Bolo wouldn't like it. He's old. He's a dog. My next dog, they're gonna love it. New Jersey Aquarium Society members are taking care of his fish room, but now it's being shut down. It's really too bad. Again, it's just I 91, baby. That's great. That's a great age. I'm sure there's some good hammocks on Cyber Monday. Hey, you went talking at it came to the Mobb Guppy live stream. What did you talk about? We talked about booze and hammocks and the Rona. I mean, my goodness, that's where we're at with our group here. It's a little random. We talked a little bit about fish food. I love talking about fish food. See if my man sent me pictures of his deal. It's just he hasn't yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's again, people be so careful. Yeah, booze and hammocks. It's a good time. You know what I saw today? A McLaren. Oh, you sent a Facebook Messenger? All right, let me pull them up. And let me tell you, it was an orange one. Generally, I'm not the orange car sort of guy, but let me tell you, it's is this gonna freak me out? Oh my god. Yeah, that's rough, brother. That is rough. That yuck. I'm sorry you're having to go through that. Though it was not good at all. A Subaru Bentley. Yeah, by the way, I've decided on my dating profile to put down I like animals. I'm a big fan of animals. Yeah, the Lamborghini SUV is pretty nifty, but yeah, it's like 200 grand. I don't have 200 grand to spend on one of them. It's just crazy. I wish I did, but I don't. It's just don't have that kind of money. Your face skin is holding the skull together, essentially. You'll have to get some reconstruction surgery. Ah, David, I'm so sorry. I mean, my God, that's just awful. I'm glad you're safe. It's and I'm glad you're gonna be okay, but that's just really, really tough. I'm sorry. They said get a hobby where you're active in the public and go out and get a little exercise. You know what? What's exercise? Dumping out buckets of water from your fish aquariums. It's all good. I like animals. I didn't say cats. I didn't say anything like that. But my dating profile, I didn't want to say like, oh, I have 40 fish aquariums. Just sort of I think it's more important for me to go charm the ladies in the first place. Lay down my charms. Let's see here. Well, let's see here. Do I have any messages? Here's one thing I go through. I'm Peter. I'm a dog owner. He's 13, completely deaf. He's really cute. New to the Joplin area. Have an interesting career. A little bit of a workaholic. Looking forward to meeting you. See, that's the type of opening type stuff. I didn't bring up fish aquariums in that entire deal. So there you go. RB Animals and Collectibles. How are you doing? Joplin, Missouri. Holly is where I live. I actually live in probably the most important suburb of Joplin, Webb City. I'm a Webber. Oh, where are you, Holly? Not named after Janis Joplin. I understand Joplin did have a nickname. And again, a Rona nickname. The Zinc City. Zinc City, everybody. So that's all good. Can't go wrong with zinc. Something to be known for. There, by the way, is like a zinc coffee shop, which I've never quite gotten into the whole idea of zinc in your coffee. But maybe it's a good thing. It's something to try. Spread my wings. Oh, there you go. I was in Springfield a couple of weeks ago. I went to Springfield and I had a Zaxby's because they don't have Joplin. Joplin needs a couple of things. Number one, a Zaxby's. Number two, we really, really, really need a Whole Foods. Maybe we can put up a soda sopa. And we can have the villas at Kenny's place. A diverse place of, I think that's great. Do you know what? We have a Quickie Mart that's probably run by someone from Apu's country. It's great. Diversity, we got it going on. Spades. Bunch of it. Chunk full of it. Zaxby's. Zaxbys. Zaxby's. It's a chicken place. They do the chicken fingers and you dip it in. It's amazing. Just amazing. But of course, I'm not going to be eating meat for at least the next 4 days because I got meat sick on Thanksgiving weekend. I mean, I'm doing really well now, but I was meat sick. So Popeyes, yeah, the Popeye chicken sandwich is pretty good. You see, Doug Gray, that's negativity. Chickens don't possess fingers. It's their special fingers. Hot and spicy you like? Yeah, I like the spicy. It's here's the deal. It's about the Popeyes chicken sandwich for those who have not had it. And Holly, you correct me if I'm wrong. The breading is almost the type of breading you would put on like fish. Am I right or wrong? No, you're hot and spicy. Okay. So I'm right about the chicken sandwich at Popeyes. Popeyes gets their chickens from Skinwalker Ranch. By the way, I was in a meeting today where, by the way, if I'm gonna, not that this live stream hasn't gone off the edge today, but it obviously has. Is that Ancient Aliens is a show on history about how aliens have changed history throughout time with not a lot of evidence, but that's not why you watch it. So they have this cast of characters, and one of them is a guy named David Childress. And David Childress dresses like an archaeologist. And whenever there is something crazy to be said, guess who says it? David Childress. They always do something crazy. Yeah, they'll bring him in and he'll say something just totally off the. I mean, it's as loony can be, and thus and he's a gentleman who's not necessarily. He's let's face it, I'm not in great shape. This guy is in worse shape than I am, but he's the action star. So if they have to go diving or something, it's David Childress. They have to go hiking in the middle of nowhere. It's David Childress. It's bizarre. They have the Greek guy who everyone sees, Giorgio Tsoukalos, and he doesn't go diving because you know why? He's got that good hair. And obviously, I don't have a lot of hair left. You know what they said to me when I returned to work this week? I think you'd appreciate this. Turned to work today, they go, "Wow, your hair's grown." Well, Holly, I have some good news for you. If you search out Ancient Aliens on YouTube, I bet you can find some clips. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's let's see here. Hey, RB Animals and Collectibles, thanks for stopping by. Always good to have everybody here. Really appreciate it. It's 19 here, 23 thumbs up. Thank you, gang. Really appreciate it. And so other than that, that's the deal. All right, our buddy Bob Steenfot starts in a few minutes. I'm gonna bid adieu, but I want to thank you and David Stout. Feel better, brother. My goodness, it's yeah. Be careful, everybody, when you exercise. Very, very careful. Holy cow. Adios.